So I am new to all this, but I just wanted to tell my story. Most people tell me I'm lying, I'm fibbing, I'm fake. No, this is my story that's happened to me ever since 2017. Most people just think I'm lying or whatever for their own personal reasons. I don't really care, but I just wanted to tell my story and let it be heard, basically. But I was dating my son's dad from August to Thanksgiving Day of 2017. On Thanksgiving Day, 2017, I told him I was pregnant with our son. He said, okay. He wanted a family. We were looking at houses. I had a job. He didn't want to get a job. He was just kind of lazy, wanted to sell his butt, play video games. To this day, he doesn't even have a job. He's 20 years old. But we're gonna call him Luke. But Luke, I just told me basically give me all his money, and he did everything basically else. I worked and stuff, but when I told him I was pregnant, he went out and came back and said, I cheated on you. You need to leave my house. I was like, but you told me you wanted all this. You wanted to do this. We were trying because you wanted to do this. And he said, oh, I don't want anymore. How could someone just make a decision like that? But whatever. But to this day, he is still dating the same girl he cheated on me with. That girl does not know he has a kid. Her father, it does not know. But I didn't want to believe I was pregnant. So at that point, I was just kind of done. He was abusive. I had a seizure the night before I left because he made me have one from anxiety and yelling at me and slapping me and everything. I don't really like getting into that too much, but that's what happened. And then fast forward to March, I was dating another guy that I've been dating for a month. I just started dating him February 10th. And we dated up until December 18th, 2018. But I found out because I had lower abdomen pain. I went to the ER and I found out I was pregnant with my son at 20 weeks. I was abusing alcohol at this time because I did not want to believe I was having a son. But I found out I was 20 weeks pregnant and I was having my son, and he was a son, and I basically just stopped everything I was doing. I told my boyfriend at the time we're gonna name him Matt, and I told him at the time, and he said, yeah, I want to be with you. I want to be through all this and everything. So he was there with me. He lived in Mississippi at the time, so it was long distance and stuff because I lived in Tennessee at the time. And 1 week before my son was born, Matt went back home because we got an apartment. We moved to Georgia. My dad got us an apartment. We moved to Georgia together. We lived in Georgia, but Matt, 1 week before my son was born, he ended up leaving and didn't come back until like 2 days after he was born. So I was alone giving birth. I had my friend there, but that was it. She was a girl. She was going to school for the exact same thing, for caring for infants and stuff that are born. And but I was basically alone. Besides that, my dad came there every now and then, like 5 hours a day or something. But I was basically alone. And then Matt, he came back home. I had to go pick him up, so I'm traveling with the infant all the way to Mississippi, 8 hours away, to go pick up Matt. But I went to go pick him up, and then I drove back home, and everything. We were good. Everything was good. I went to go see my mom, Caleb, which is my son. He went to go see my mom in August. My mom was in Texas, so he went to go see my mom. I have two younger sisters, and he went to go see them. And then Everything was fine and okay. Then Matt ended up saying he wanted to go back home. So 2 or 3 days before Halloween, I took him back home. And then I was at my apartment, and two of my friends decided to come there and keep me company for a little bit. And I was basically alone besides that for Halloween. And then Matt came home. He wanted to come back. So again, I had to go pick him back up. And he lived in Stella, Mississippi. I had to go pick him back up a week before Thanksgiving. We came back and everything. Everything was good for like 2 or 3 weeks. And then he decided that he wanted to break up, but didn't want to move out. He just wanted to break up. And he broke up with me December 18th, 2018. And then he ended up dating a girl like the beginning of January. She moved in with us. She was a little crazy. She was on drugs. We did not know that at the time. She ended up moving in with us. And we didn't know that. My son lived there. And then one day she just got really spastic, started yelling and screaming and all this. So I ended up calling the cops. They arrested her for trying to beat me up in front of a cop when my son's upstairs asleep. Won't stop yelling, screaming, anything. 19-year-old girl won't do this. But it was all crazy. So she ended up going back home. We got charged with domestic home violence, even though we weren't involved at all. I'm the homeowner, and he was on the lease. So we got domestic home violence. I had to do 10 hours of community service, and he got a $500 fine. So we just ended up living there by ourselves for a couple of weeks. Then I started dating my boyfriend, my current boyfriend, March 10th of 2019. I started dating him. We are still dating to this day. We are okay and everything, but we were living in my apartment. He moved out for 2 weeks, and then he came back home. He had stuff he had to do back home, which was in Knoxville, and I lived in Georgia still this time. And he went home for a couple of weeks. They came back, and whenever he came back, he invited his two brothers, his twin brother, his other brother, his brother's girlfriend, and their baby to come live with us. So 5 people, 2 babies, 5 adults, 2 babies, and a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath apartment. Those 2 stories. But we lived there for a little bit and everything. But it was around after a month after they were living there that the cops came and told us some stuff. By the way, the night prior, my boyfriend, we're gonna call him Luke. My boyfriend Luke came in, and he basically just came in my room, woke me up. My son's asleep at the crib across from me. And he just woke me up and said, "Hey, Callista, there's cops outside and helicopters outside and everything." I was like, "What did you do?" And he was like, "My brothers and me went out and broke open some cars, stole some change and stuff, some stupid stuff." But I said, "Okay." And then the cops came and everything. They told us we were against fire code for even living there and stuff. And they kicked us all out that day. So me and my boyfriend go back to Knoxville, and we are there for a couple of days. Then we come back down Sunday night to grab the rest of my stuff and clean everything. Whenever we wake up in the morning and leave to go to leave, it's like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. My apartment manager is sitting in her car, right by my car, outside in the driveway. I'm just like, what are you doing? But, anyways, we're in the process of cleaning everything. She told me I had 2 hours to get everything in my car and to leave. And everybody else that was in my car had to be taken. My boyfriend got arrested for trespassing. but I got him about 3 hours after that, just because they didn't see why he was being arrested. The managers were just really kind of petty, prippy people, but that's what happened there. And so I got all my stuff up, I got it in my car and everything. We were living at my friend's house in Knoxville for about a month and a half, and until his mom came and took him to go turn himself in for the stuff he did at my house. Yeah, he was kind of on the run, but we didn't even know he had a warrant for arrest. So this is where it gets a little crazy. But they took him, he went to jail and everything. And then I leave that night to go to a hotel my dad got me. I'm good for like a week. And then my dad apartment at that hotel he got me, he doesn't want to pay for it anymore, so I go live at my boyfriend's baby mama's house for a couple days. And then my boyfriend's baby mama's sister, we were eating lunch and everything at Cracker Barrel. She said that she had to go out for a smoke break, and then she was gonna bring my money inside and go pee. And I said, all right. Well, I call her and I say, hey, you need to bring my money in. It's been about 10, 15 minutes. You need to bring my money in so I can pay for this. She said, all right, I'll be there in a minute. I wait about 5 minutes and then I call her about 10 times. I go outside and realize my car's gone. She doesn't have a driver's license or anything. She doesn't know how to drive. And she is 19 years old and stole my car. And then I go live at one of my boyfriend's friend's house from then on, basically. I stayed 2 or 3 more nights at her house, her mom's house, but besides that, I've been here. I'm doing this on my phone currently because this is all I had. But whenever they took my car, they took my property, everything I had in that car my whole entire life, basically, that was able to fit within my car. So currently I do not have much, but ever since I have not been living in my apartment, which was April 22nd, I have not had my son. It has been very, very difficult on me, but my dad is keeping him for me so then he doesn't get involved with DHS or anything like that, because we don't need him involved with that. There's no reason to. So he's in that. He's with my dad. He's fine. He's safe. I just miss him so much. It's hard to be away from a child that you've always had ever since they were born and never lost sight of them. It's hard, I know. It's hard. But then she just takes all my property and my stuff in my car that I had left. Because I lost my son, and then I lost my boyfriend by going to jail, and then I lost my car. And first I lost my house. So she took everything I owned, my computer, everything was in there. They started posting stuff and selling stuff and everything, and I went to the cops earlier today, and they told me I was lying and fibbing and everything because my car was registered in Tennessee, that's where I'm currently am. It's in Knoxville, Tennessee. But they told me my car is registered in Tennessee. But when I call Georgia, they say no, it's registered in Georgia. And so now they're having a fight because they're telling me I'm lying, I'm fibbing, and all this. So my car is registered in Georgia and not in Tennessee. And Tennessee's telling me it's registered only in Tennessee, and Georgia's telling me it's registered in Georgia. So they're trying to go through all that right now. I'm trying to get my driver's license back that my boyfriend's mom, adoptive mom, has. So I'm trying to get that back currently from her so that I get it settled. But in the midst of all this, I am trying to get a job with United Airlines. There's apparently a arrest that came up on him. I never got arrested. It was a misdemeanor charge I had that got expunged in January, and that's what the cops have told me today. Apparently it still popped up even though it's expunged. And I'm still trying to get that figured out and everything. It's just really messed up. How can someone take the last thing you have away from you? You've lost your son, your house, your boyfriend, your main source of income, and then they take the last thing you have, all your property and your car. It's just messed up. My life ever since 2017 has been messed up and everything. There's way more to the story. I just don't know if you guys want to hear it or not. Just let me know what you guys want to hear or see or anything. There's way too much to the story to even start. But I could do like little bits of story times at a time if you need me to, or whatever you want. Just let me know. But my life is basically nothing right now. I have nothing anymore. Everybody just keeps taking away from me and not caring. I am the most sweetest, caring person you would probably ever meet. I always have a smile on my face no matter what is happening in my life. And people take advantage of me too much. And I don't like it. Way too much. But I'm doing this on my phone, so I'm sorry for the bad quality. I just need my story to be heard. And there's way too much details in the story. But if you want to hear more, let me know. And I'll do more. I am wearing headphones. And my hair is not a color that I appreciate. My boyfriend decided to randomly pick a color and dye my hair this color. So that's for him. So, but just let me know. I know I could be cringy or whatever at some point, but this is my life story.